Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video, we have the monster Flawless, or should I say Marchioness Flawless. And we're going to be doing a full review from level 1 to 150. This monster will be maxed out, and I'll show you guys basically just overall how good this monster is. I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, it's going to get started. Now, out of all the crew for the new season, this is actually the last monster that I'm actually doing a review on. Because you guys know I've already done the Ancestral review, I've done all the other mythics, except Flawless. Flawless is definitely going to be the last one, but at least we're getting it done. So take a look at this. This is Magic and Dark. Looks like she actually has an SN as one of her relic slots. She can come back, and then you could probably like run a Slumster trap or another trap that gives you stamina. I think there are other traps that actually gives you stamina besides Slumster trap. But it is part of the Undead book and family, so it is actually pretty packed, I would say, with like in terms of books and like elements for like Team Wars. But I do want to give a huge shout out and thank you for Social Point for basically sponsoring this video once again. So they went ahead and first of all, they did a great job with the design with this monster. And then on top of, oh my god, wait a second, what the heck? Yo, she like went to like outer space almost. She went in the sky and just like blasted everybody. It is 1400 right there, guys. Soon there is going to be these three right here that we send out, and we can actually do a review on them. I really like the design on this one. Whoa, that is actually kind of cool. That's awesome. I can't wait to review that one. But let's go back to Flawless here. Now, before I actually start feeding it up, it is giving me a reward. So we're just going to go ahead and kind of skip that. And oh, look at that, level 10 and a level 9 Rune, which is cool. Before I start feeding it up, I'm going to go ahead and, of course, max this monster out. So at rank 1, you're going to get immune to trigger death. So that actually helps against like the death countdown. Literally, any monster that will try to apply death countdown, it's not going to work. Rank 2, you're not going to get anything. And then rank 3, looks like there's actually a Nightmare status caster that you can actually apply to everybody. So in the beginning of the battle, everybody's just going to get nightmares, which is kind of cool. Can help you out a little bit. Not the best trait to have, but it's not bad. It's really situational, I would say. Can definitely help out if you're gonna apply like a bunch of like stamina drains and stuff like that. That way it really does drain their stamina fully. But before we start feeding it up, guys, which I'm actually gonna do right now, I do want to let you guys know, if you guys are playing on a computer, there's going to be a barcode on the screen. You can go ahead and scan it with your phone, and basically get the game for free if you haven't already, or get into the game and then eventually get this monster once it comes back around. You can basically grab the monster for yourself, or if you want, you can hit the top link in the description down below, and that'll take you straight into the game. Download the game if you haven't already. What are you doing? It's free. You know what I mean? But it is a quicker access to the game as well. But here we have it at 150, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at this. We get 58,448 strength, 1.765 million life. Are we surprised at this? Come on, a lot of monsters have that now recently. The speed's actually pretty good though, 30,704. I do like that speed. But let's see what we have here though. So this one deals moderate magic damage to an enemy, steals life from target, and applies mega corruption and nightmares. So there goes the first control skill right there. And then we have possession to an enemy, nightmares, hater to all allies. Oh, this monster has nightmare haters. Oh my gosh, wait, that can actually go well with her status caster. Applies possession to all enemies twice, applies nightmares twice. So or it actually just applies nightmares, it doesn't say twice. But in case if the first one misses, that's why there's a second one, in case you're wondering why there's possession twice. This one looks like it's just nightmares to everybody, which I'm not really a huge fan of. This one might not be a bad idea because you're stealing life but also applying possession, unless you want to go with corruption. It is not spammable, unfortunately. This one is, and then this one is as well. I think this one is probably a better option. I wouldn't run luxurious brights, honestly. I'm not really a fan of that one. But in terms of stamina wise, it's actually a little bit high, I would say. Like especially these two skills, 55 and 68. And also cooldowns are like high to medium, I would say. This is the only one that's somewhat low. Let's take a look at the ultimate. Flawless Batoriova. It is a fear to all enemies, applies dark weakness and double damage to all allies, and heals allies by 50%. I like that. Actually really nice. Wait, so you're applying dark weakness to yourself? Wait, makes enemy very weak against dark attacks. Wait, you're applying this to yourself, right? Yeah, look, dark weakness and double damage to all allies. So that's not benefiting the ally. I know that double damage and healing is. The fearing, that's to enemies. That's quite interesting. But anyways, for the SN, there's actually many options. You can go with something that revives you, or you could also do Barbarianess in. That's also not a bad idea, but I'm gonna go with everybody's favorite, Marchioness. And then for the trap, just go with something that gives you stamina. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go with a trap, or like a SN that gives, you know, revival, things like that, or whatever the case may be, then for the trap, you want to go with something that gives you stamina. So Slumster Traps is actually not a bad idea if you're thinking about giving that, just so you regenerate some stamina. But besides that, let's go ahead and unlock this rune. And I do have to grab some runes, but it looks like they're actually making me collect all these rewards. We get a bunch of umbrellas, there's a bunch of like relic chests and just like runes chests in general. So this is for the runes. As you guys can see, we get a bunch of level 10s and 9s as well. And on top of that, I got many other resources. Let me see how much umbrella we have. We have 17,860. That's insane. All right, well, I really wish they actually let us use that, like if we were able to use that, or basically ancestrals as well. That'd be kind of cool if we could actually do that, because there's a bunch of ancestrals on this account that do need to be maxed out for like just purpose, like review purposes. Now you're probably wondering what runes to give to this monster. Now you want to make this monster fast, but you don't want to make it too fast. You know what I mean? You want to make this monster go in second turn. Just because if it's taken in the first turn, if you're going up against a Megaton monster, then all of it is just going to go towards Megaton, so there's no point. So if you're you could basically do a speed and team speed mix, so something like that would work, or you could do one team speed and 2 speed, or even like a triple speed or triple team speed would work too. Just make sure this monster is taken in the second turn. Alright guys, so here we're in battle. I'm going to go ahead and showcase this monster to you guys. So I'm actually pairing it up with one of the best monsters you can actually pair up with, which is Florian. And we are going up against an Antspader here, right? So Antspader also applies that countdown, which is actually perfect against this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kind of pierce through with Cold Blood. You can go through like taunt and megataunt. So I'm just going to kind of pierce through and you know, just disable the Antspation. So that gives me a huge advantage now. So if there's an Antspation monster, that's easy. Don't even worry about it. As you can see, we also open up the path a little bit. So now he gets a turn here. Unfortunately, he ran out of stamina because I'm actually not running another. I didn't have another like extra set of Slumster Trap to give, but she is running it. So here she gets a turn. So we can actually do an AoE possession to everybody. The only thing is it's going to miss on this monster because he's immune to control to it. So that's something to watch out from, I would say. But here, my boy gets the turn. Okay, so once he gets a turn, you guys already know it is kind of game over because he can just infinitely attack. But we're gonna attack to a point where, you know, we can just live a couple of turns. We don't have to like keep on, you know what I mean, eliminating other monsters, because technically I can just solo everybody right now. Maybe except him because he has that scale mirror there. But he has a lot of torture, so he can definitely die there too. But here we're gonna just do another damage, and looks like my boy is getting a little weak there, and he's dead. Yeah, look at him, he's dead completely. Okay, so he's gone. Now I can actually just eliminate these two if I want to, but I'm just gonna go ahead and charge up. Looks like he got possession right now. So let's say we take his POV, right? So he has possession. I'm going to go ahead and charge up, and look, guess what? He attacks, blinds everybody, and looks like it just kind of reflected back to me. That's because of the scale mirror there. But he takes a turn, and look at all that torture and everything just all together just eliminates him. By the way, one of those tortures were the nightmares that we applied as a sash catcher from this monster, thanks to Flawless. So anyways, I'm going to charge up just to give him a turn. So here we give him a turn, right? He has, let's see, we have Stable Anticipation Trade, there's Shock, Blind, and Stamina Leak, and even Nightmares thanks to this monster. But I'm going to go ahead and, oh, I can't even resurrect him. That's where he comes in play, which is really good. But I'm going to go ahead and just do a PER because I think this one actually gives me a skill or extra turn. Oh, I guess it didn't. I generally thought that was actually the skill that gave me the extra turn. Or maybe I have like, I don't know. I don't know why. I guess it wasn't that. But I can't resurrect or anything like that. Or even if I tried like applying, I know this isn't the right skill, but if I tried applying that countdown, only these two monsters would have gotten hit with it, except him. Actually, he has dodge area, but him, he would have gotten hit with that countdown. Well, there's actually a chance because of the bulwark, but she wouldn't have, thanks to the trait there, you know what I mean, that countdown trait. So I'm going to charge up and let the queen get the turn. So here we have a steal life from target, which we don't really need, but we can actually possess him if we wanted to. There's also a possession with Nightmare Hater. Oh, heck yeah, let's do. Okay, Nightmare Hater, right? This is something new. Look at this. All the skills that are going to deal damage are basically dealing extra damage thanks to that Nightmare Hater. So everybody has Nightmare Hater, and this monster does have Nightmare. So look at that. Therefore, we're actually dealing an insane amount of damage right now. Thanks to those. Look at that, 1.76 million. And that was an extra turn skill that is supposed to be either a low or medium or like a moderate. So you guys can see how insane that is. But I would say in terms of like setup, like a team setup, this would probably be one of the best you can actually run. Like Florian, Flawless, and Akira are probably great really great trio because this monster is basically open up the path for you. She's the one denying, stopping them for a turn, and then you have Akira on the other side that's basically just infinitely attacking. And on top of that, you have some amazing traits, including resurrection block, which if they try to either resurrect, in that case we couldn't actually the enemy, which is technically me, but the enemy team on my other account that I was just friendly battling, he couldn't resurrect. Like this monster right here, Anwar was not able to resurrect at all, thanks to, of course, Akira here. You know what I mean? Kind of like blocking that up with the resurrection block. But it all just comes down to play, you know what I mean? All three of these guys, if you pair it up correctly, it can be really fun. But anyways, guys, that's really going to be pretty much it for today's Monsters video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. And again, grab the game. I said grab the game. But yeah, grab the game from the App Store. There's gonna be a barcode on the screen. You can go ahead and scan if you're playing on PC, or hit the top link in the description down below. That'll take you straight into the game. The game is free, guys. Download if you haven't already. And again, huge thanks to Social Point. They're the best. Huge thanks to them for basically giving the cells for this monster for me to review. But thank you all so much for watching. Guys, 6-1. Peace out.